day 3 of the Test match here at Lord's, and it's history in the making. After 2,594 Test matches, only 9 times in the history of the game have first innings scores been tied. And we've had exactly that, with both teams ending up on 387. It took England 119 overs, India 122 overs, and with probably about 7 minutes to play at the end of the day, the big question, Kumar, Brody, do England go out with their batters, their openers? You just mentioned you sent someone else out in the day.
Yeah, that was against Pakistan, I think. We had 1 over to bat.
1 over to go.
I didn't want to risk an opener, but I don't think England's ever going to back down from a challenge. It'll be Crawley, it'll be Duckett.
There we go, to open up. It's been a ridiculous day's play once again. At the start of the day, a lot of the conversation was in and around the lead that England potentially might have. There is no lead now. How did you see the day sort of pan out?
It's quite a fascinating day's cricket. It sort of ebbed and flowed, didn't it? The first session looked like India would never lose a wicket again. And then the drama around KL Rahul reaching 100 before lunch. Rishabh Pant trying to get him back on strike, runs himself out in the process. And then 10 minutes after lunch, Rahul's got his 100 but then out. So the game... So it was a bit of a grind for the England bowlers. They had to work really hard. Things happened a little bit quicker for them at the back end, as it always does. But it's a sort of pitch that doesn't allow free-flowing cricket. I think 4 wickets have been the most that have fallen in a session throughout 3 days. Yeah. So it's not the sort of pitch where 7 just suddenly fall, because it hasn't got the pace. Very difficult to get a batter out early in their innings, sort of caught behind with extra movement, extra pace. So it's been slow, but that doesn't mean that will continue in day 4 and day 5.
Yeah.
So a lot of Test matches over the history of time. You mentioned over 2,500 in the men's game. There'll be a lot that over 3 days sort of chugged along, and then day 4 and 5 it kicks into life. So we can hope that it will do that here.
Okay, so WinViz had it at 54% for England for a win. It's now pretty much 33s across the board. When you look at that first session, I think Brody said it perfectly, it didn't look like England were going to get a wicket. And then Rishabh Pant trying to get KL Rahul onto strike, basically to get his 100 before the luncheon break. And a little bit of Ben Stokes magic.
Yeah, Brody called it as well. He said Pant will look to get Rahul on strike to try and get him to that 100 before lunch. And I think in the context of the game, you can't highlight how important that run-out was, because that partnership was growing. Rishabh Pant was continuing to be aggressive and take the bowlers on. They had a leg side feel for the short ball, and he was still taking it on. And that was, from an India's point of view, a much needed kind of impetus to the innings. And Pant was the one to provide it, and was going to provide it continuously even after lunch if he had survived. Yeah. So that run out, I think, really brought England back into the game and allowed them to control it and stay in it. And there we have it, 387, play 387, and it's really well set up. And I agree with Brody completely. This is the kind of pitch that meanders on, and suddenly it just kind of promises to have a little bit of like an instance where there could be a clump of wickets. And that'll be really exciting and really good in terms of a result being, being part of this Test match.
Let's talk England bowlers to start with. Jofra Archer comes back. He dazzled with a ball, and his 3rd ball getting a wicket yesterday. He has had, if I can get that out, his 2 fastest spells in Test match cricket. Is it all about the pace? Are you looking at something else from him to say, yeah, he's definitely back?
I played a lot with Jofra. I don't think it is all about the pace with him. He's got a lovely tall action, gets bounce. He's got a bouncer that you can't tell it's coming. It's a very similar action to his length ball. He's a better bowler against left-handers, in my opinion, because of the movement away he gets, particularly with the new ball. But he controls economy rate fantastically. He's not one of these bowlers that bowls 90-odd miles an hour but leaks at 5s, because he gives width and he hits a really strong area. He's finished with 2 wickets, 1 caught over the wicketkeeper's head, which is a bit sort of unusual, but he had to wait a long time in between his first and his second. But that's Test match cricket for you. It wasn't for the lack of sort of charging in and trying and moving the game forward and trying to make things happen. But he is the sort of bowler that, come middle of session day 5, could get 3 in a spell, and break the game open, and that's what you're looking for in Test match bowlers. And unfortunately, India have the best in the world at it. Jasprit Bumrah. He's someone who can get 3 in a row.
WinViz has England favourites at over 45%.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it's changed again in the last little bit before we got on air because it was about 33.
I'm not sure, because
you're not. Yeah.
Where's the time in the game to make England favourites? You know,
Yeah.
They need to now exactly level as we speak. 2 days to go. They need to get enough.
Final, you
They
need
chase
to.
280.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so it needs to be over 300. So that's going to. Well, you don't know with this England team, but it's going to take more than 60, 70 overs on a surface like this.
Yeah.
And then you'll have to leave yourself enough time to get 10 wickets on a pitch that if a batter decides to go, you're not getting me out.
Yeah.
You can't get them out.
Yeah.
You need
Correct,
a mistake
yeah.
at times.
Yeah, yeah.
So I would actually have India. I'd have the draw as a favourite.
As the favourite,
Then I
yeah.
would have India next, because if Bumrah somebody comes in and go, England are 50 for 5.
Yeah.
Cool. Big
Yeah.
trouble.
Yeah, 100%. The other bowler, well, 2 for me. Ben Stokes, Trojan, bowled 7 overs straight. Looked as if he did. He got some lift off some good length from the nursery end. He had to be told to get off by Brendan McCullum. Sent the message down via Southie as well. Body wise, how will that sort of affect him? And that nursery end looks like to be the end that has a little bit in it.
Yeah, I think that was the right call to get him off when they did. It was roasting hot. He was sweating. His 7 overs is right at the end, and